We now return to Let's Play Warhammer Quest. The miserable Minstrel. I guess we can take these guys again. They're the only ones that are ready for battle. I see. Yeah, sure. Probably don't want to take them too far ahead if we're going to keep everyone around. A few hours later, you find yourself amidst some ruins that the forest has long since taken over. Trees ominously tower over the decaying walls, and vicious-looking ivy has covered the rest. The minstrel, now much happier, points to a sunken cave entrance in the center of the ruins. Off you go, then. It's down there. Don't worry about the bandits. They've been scared off by whatever lurks in there. Nothing that'll bother brave warriors such as yourselves. Remember, the gold is yours, but the instrument is mine. Got some real Aladdin vibes here. Barbarian starts way far away from everyone. I think we'll just go ahead and wait a turn. No way to angle to look at the terrain. Night goblins. Alright. Ooh. What are we doing here? See, so you can play this without a mouse. Don't want to do that. Alright. And he automatically does it. Good, good. Potion of Swiftness increases the chance to hit with a melee weapon or with a ranged weapon. Well, maybe we'll hold off on that. Oh, we got ambushed. Goblins with bows. Now wait a minute. Oh, yeah, they came behind. Well, that's not great. Take you. Bow, bow, bow. Okay. Probably will not be able to make it. Yeah. Can block off an entryway, though. Nope. Missed. Re-attack. Iron ore. Okay. Well, let's get you back over here, I guess. Okay, no damage. Snotlings. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, so you might be able to get there, so we should have you come in here first. Should have opened that one up first. Damn it. Not helpful. For real? It's crazy. Short-range bow. Well, I mean, it's not going to do me any good, probably. Damn it, this stupid recording thing of mine. I mean, yeah, it's considerably less. So, no new weapons are really going to be useful for me at all. Where can I move the damn thing? Night goblins with bows. I can hit him from here now? Probably not that great of a chance. Shadow Bolt. What exactly does this do? Throws a projectile dealing damage to the target and a chance to hit surrounding fighters for minor wounds. Yeah, well, unfortunately. And it still wasn't enough. You need experience. I keep forgetting. Keep forgetting the only way they get experience is by killing stuff. Orc boys. Well, they'll still be able to attack diagonally. Really, though, that's not like I should be having two come in this way. Well, whatever. Okay. Oh, getting real tired of that. Damn. Poisonous fangs on an orc. On killing the mighty foe, you notice in the corner a large collection of worthless shiny trinkets and items. Your party searches through the pile of junk and discover a beautiful silver loot. This must be what the minstrel is after. You pick it up and look to exit the dungeon. Good. Glad we didn't have to go back out. Wizard got no experience for that. Okay. I need to remember that. As promised, and perhaps surprisingly given your unusual guide, there is indeed a hoard of gold. And in one chest you find a silver loot that has the unmistakable whiff of enchantment about it. Funny because they just told me there was a worthless pile of trinkets. With the treasure collected, you make your way back to the surface and find the minstrel balanced on top of a dilapidated wall. He looks down on you with a delighted smile as you emerge into the evening gloom. Victorious, I see. I know you would be. Now, have you loot? Have you my loot? Give it here and I'll play us a merry ditty all the way to Sigridhof. You were to hand over the silver loot. Yes, but I can't imagine this is going to end well. This guy sent me into a trap and it's a magical silver loot? Unmistakable whiff of enchantment. See, now whatever. It's always kind of a trope that the heroes walk into danger, mindlessly anyway, right? Minstrel graciously accepts the instrument. After all, you did have a deal. He jumps down from the wall and begins to play the lute, and something strange happens. All members of your party immediately start to unload the treasure and place it in a pile before the minstrel. From the undergrowth, a motley group of ruffians appear to sneer and observe your party's strange behavior. You see, boys, once you play the lute of compelling, well, the music is so very mesmerizing, says the minstrel, addressing the menacing crowd. He turns back to the adventurers. May I introduce the bandits whom I spoke of earlier? Did I not mention that I lead this merry band? He smirks, all the while dancing around your party's ensorcelled forms. Thank you for giving us the treasure. Now, if you'll just bear with me while I change tune and compel you to be very still while my companions slit your throats. Music stops, if only for a split second, but it's enough for one of your group to let fly a dagger that slices the strings of the infernal lute. The minstrel is outraged and orders your immediate execution. The first 5 thugs that come near are struck down by your adventurers in a bloody swathe. But there are many more bandits, and your party won't get them all before being overcome. Regrettably, retreat is the only answer, for now at least. You'll get the god's damned minstrel another day. Part of me feels like... I can't move the scroll wheel, that's dumb. Part of me feels like it was inevitable, like we try and take the loot anyway, keep the loot, and he'll be like, oh, attack, because, you know, they're there. I feel like this is part of the story. Miserable minstrel. Alright, well, I lost that. I wonder if those are like one-time deals. Like, you gotta get those before progressing. I wish I'd known that. Okay, do we have to go through this every time? The Grey Minstrel's Revenge. Your warriors dally on their return to Sigridhof, spending more than a few nights out in the open. When they arrive back in town, they notice that Sigridhof is busy. A nervous energy permeates the residents, and crowds are drawn towards the main square. Your party follows the human current, curious as anyone to see what is happening. In the center of the square, upon a raised stage, a long but sturdy wooden pole extends upward, the length of thick rope attached to the end. Dangling on the rope, tied to it by his ankles, a familiar figure sways like a human pendulum. As he flails about, the watching masses caterwaul and pelt him with rotten vegetables. Some even strike out with improvised cudgels, should he swing into range. The adventurers recognize the hapless victim as none other than the bandit king himself, the Grey Minstrel. He must have been caught whilst your party was dawdling on the return trip. The warriors push their way forward, keen to find out what's come about, and even gloat if they get a chance. Despite the swinging motions and upside-down perspective, the Grey Minstrel spots your party as they draw near. "Greetings," says the Grey Minstrel, smiling in spite of his predicament. "I promised revenge, and now I have you right where I want you," he says while swinging overhead, barely missing a large marrow thrown from the mob. "Don't worry about this, it's all part of the plan. I have his daughter, you see." He points with a flailing hand. Your party turns to see the Burgermeister standing firm just beyond the rabble with a grim visage, flanked by the town's watch. "He's waiting for me to give up the location, but I'm only going to tell you lot. It's a trap, you see. One you're going to walk right into. He won't kill me while his daughter's alive, and if she dies, well, he'll kill all of us." "I'd go find her if I were you." The Grey Minstrel breaks off as he's hit in the face by a large sodden cauliflower. With that, the town watch march forward and surround the adventurers. The annoying musician is right about one thing. Don't think they have a choice about this. Alright. To the market. We can sell several things. This poisonous fang. The iron ore. I'm thinking, so I've already got this amulet. And, like, the bow, sword. These axes aren't any good to me anymore. Holy water. Only usable against undead. Now, I feel like this would be something like we'd want... We gotta have a witch hunter anyway. We'd want this for, like, a boss. An undead boss. Assuming there is one. Witch hunter would get a masterwork silver dagger. Again, it's way more money than I can afford at the moment. Even if I decided to sell all this stuff. Which we don't need to right now. Unless it's taking up inventory. How about you go to the temple? Do I bother with that? Don't really need to. I'd like to get them to at least level 2 before picking up any different groups. But they probably also have different traits that make them more useful. Quests are an adventurer's bread and butter. Completing white ones will open up new sections of the world map. Quests belonging to the settlement you are in are colored red. For example, the miserable minstrel you just bumped into in town can be found at the red dungeon just to the west. These are tough, but yield better rewards. Good luck. Okay, this did not come back. This is a completely different thing. It was a champion shield. Flame bullets for the witch hunter. Shots burn the target for 2 wounds for 2 turns. If nothing else, I could sell it, right? That's a hell of a lot of money. Okay, let's try one of these then. This flame bullet thing. Hopefully that didn't just disappear on me. Gotta get some experience. Word has reached your warriors that an enchanted blade lies under the ground not far from your present location. The rumor mongers who gave you this information, bought for a few copper pennies, also stated that the ranged ammunition is heavily guarded. By who or what, the warriors will soon find out soon enough. Alright. You'll have to tank for a turn. More goblins. Damn it. Okay. Wait. Embroidered quilt. I do have some magic. Mark of corn there on the ground. The warriors come across a halfling blindly wandering the passages of the dungeon. He seems pleased to see the warriors and immediately suggests stopping for some lunch. From his pack he produces rations that an upmarket tavern would be proud to serve. How long will they spend eating this feast? 10 minutes? I mean, we don't want to sit around, right? Eating. Yeah, we had no wounds to recover anyway. I do like the mechanic of the magic recharging, but it's a random amount, so you don't have to keep track of like, oh, I've used my 2 healing spells, and now I can't use them anymore for the rest of the dungeon. It does actually make it pretty dynamic and a lot more fair for magic users than a lot of role-playing games do, a lot of adventure games do. You don't have to be so cautious. Did not get death blow. Finally a kill. You know, I'm really doing myself a disservice, aren't I? I need to be using my back rows first to pick them off and then send in. Otherwise, I'm never going to have anyone to clean up. Flame bullets. The ranged ammunition can be seen lying upon a raised dais just beyond the doorway. But even as the warriors contemplate advancing to grab the ranged ammunition, a menacing, gigantic spider emerges from behind the dais with a group of minions. The creature gives a leering smile. The spider gives a leering smile, taunting the adventurers to enter the chamber. What the Did a pretty good amount. Now, you've got 6 wins. That's a shadow bolt. Can this only be done here? No, it cannot. It can be. Damn it. Probably would have been. Wow, it only did 2 damage. Probably would have been better to save that until they move forward, but well, I guess at least standing next to each other prevents one from being surrounded on 3 sides. See, too bad you can't just shoot it at the ground, because now... Shadow daggers, though, that's left or right, so it should hit that one too then, yeah? Attack the targeted adjacent enemy, as well as anyone standing to the target's left or right. So I guess because it turned to me, that's no longer left or right? Bit of a misplay there. Well, we've got all the magic points. Well, once again, looks like you get a kill. Or not. Okay. Oh, what the... Because it's his left... Ah, fuck. Okay. Your warriors spot the flame bullets within the chamber. They grab the artifact, and after a cursory search, find a small chest of gold. With their plunder secure, they leave without looking back. Bone dust. You are victorious. Not quite. But we do have the dwarf ready for trading. Oh, and that moves me on? Oh, because it expands the map. Let's go back here because we're not quite done. Alright. Was it training grounds? Yes. 200. Well, I can sell some weapons to get that back, I guess. Level 2. A terrible illness strikes the settlement, and your warrior falls prey to it. A mysterious collection of rather unsightly halflings are canvassing the settlement, claiming to have potions that will cure the illness. Oh, there's absolutely no way that's true. I'm not wasting more money. No way. So they'll probably put him out of commission for a while, I'm sure. -1 toughness for one. So it makes me wonder... Adventurers Guild. To retire? Are you sure you want to retire? No. I want to see current info on this guy. Doesn't show me his current stats because I want to see the status effect. I want to know if one dungeon is like he's going to be sick until he goes through a dungeon, or if just completing a dungeon with everybody else will be enough. Because I kind of feel like they would make it like the guy himself has to go. That would make more sense to me. 2 to 4 damage, okay, so that short bow is crap. Way Watcher and the Marauder. The Marauder could have it. I wonder. So the Marauder can use it. It might be good to have a second one here. Just because then, like, if he's not in range to use this, he might get to use that. It makes sense to me, anyway. Increased chance to hit with a ranged weapon might actually be good here. Scroll healing. That is a lot of money, though. That is worth a lot of money. So, is this a consumable? Masterwork hammer. For the Marauder and the Ironbreaker, it's a one-hand, so I could put my shield back on. 10 to 12 damage. I don't know, though, man. Like, the legendary weapons I've got are way better. Not for the Slayer, unfortunately. This is all dwarves, so I could give the axe. Double damage on enemies of toughness 7 or higher. That would actually, that sounds a lot like a Slayer's weapon there, actually. Because you'd send him up against that, for sure. Chance to slam, +1 strength. Oh, that is a two-handed axe too, so it's not like you could swap it in. But, I mean, the Ironbreaker, they're supposed to have shields. I'll have to consider that. If I'm going to swap him out now, I could swap him out for the Slayer. How much is this thing? 4,000? Yeah, there's no freaking way. Once again, there's no way. That only works on the Way Watcher. I've already got one. I tried it. They don't have duplicates. They don't allow duplicates. There's no... Well, I don't know. Is there, like, maybe a thing where we'll get an item stolen from us? Is that a random event thing? Because they don't have durability. They won't break. We probably do not need this. But again, even with the pittance of money, there's nothing to buy. So yeah, maybe we'll bring you in. And I think we'll go from there. I want to see. Okay, you're back. Rescue the musician. Is it a different one? So I guess this means that I can just stay here and grind for a bit? That might be a good thing. I think these are like main quests things, because we can travel to different regions, yeah. That's weird, though. There's only 9 quests in the main story? We can travel to different... That can't be right. I guess. Here's Stirland. Okay, so, like, yeah, so Reichland, if we go over there, and Averland over here, it would probably pop me to those cities. So maybe there's, like, 2 apiece? I mean, that's not very much. It's alright, though. Anyway, we'll end this one here. We'll pick it up next time.